Today I'm talking mainly about this dress. Good morning, beautiful people. I'm Alex and this is Gingerhead & Co, my sewing vlog. Today I'm going to talk about my newest dress. It's going to be a review of the pattern. The pattern is Simplicity S8875, this one. And you might remember it from my haul again. I'm very happy with the Simplicity patterns that I got on the last sale. So far, I like every single one, and this one is no exception. The dress is an empire line dress, and in the pattern it's got 4 views. You can have a sleeve variation, and you can have flounces as well. I didn't make flounces, so you can have either a bottom flounce, or you can have a bottom and kind of this one. So the bodice can have a flounce attached. I find the word flounce very funny, because flounce is like, it just sounds really funny for me. When I think flounce, it's like, you know, the movement, flounce, exaggerated movement when you are storming out of the room or things like that. I don't generally make flounces. Back to the dress. I like the dress because of the empire line, and I like the dress because of the sleeves. So I wanted to experiment more with more flouncy sleeves, with bigger sleeves, and I thought that would be a good pattern to try. I knew that I wasn't going to do a lot of ruffles. I'm just not really into ruffles. I mean, I try my best, because I always think that we get stuck in a certain type, in a certain style, in the way we dress, and it's, in a way, it's okay because it identifies who we are. It is part of us, but then we can be kind of stuck in time, and it's very easy to make a caricature out of yourself when you are always dressed in the same way. It doesn't really matter if the times have changed and you're still the same, you know, kind of, you can go too far. We can go too far with anything and everything. So I am experimenting, trying to adapt what I like to things that are fashionable, but too many ruffles, definitely not for me. So let's go back again to the pattern. I'm very happy with the pattern. The pattern that I've got comes in sizes 6 to 14, and that's American. And let's just stick to American, because I'm not quite sure how the sizes are translated into European and then UK and then various others. Let's say the bust measurement for the smallest size would be 30.5 inches, and the biggest 44 inches in this envelope. I'm not sure if they make a bigger pattern range, but that's what I've got. The dress has some ease, enough ease to accommodate my slightly bigger bust. It's absolutely fine if you go a size smaller. I think it's got enough ease to suffice, because I think it's about 3-4 inches, and I wanted it to be close fitting through the bust, as it is meant to be. So I thought I could risk it, and I usually don't have a problem if I go for a smaller bust size. So I did make size 6. I went for version, well, I did version D, but with long sleeves. So I did that without any flounces, but with the sleeves from A. And I've made some changes, but the instructions were fine. I didn't find anything confusing or anything terrifying. Everything was explained clearly. So I am growing more and more, well, respectful of Simplicity patterns. I don't know why I didn't really use them that much. I used some of Simplicity patterns for Hedge Hubby, but not that many for myself. I think I don't know why. I have no idea why, but I am definitely going to buy more, because so far I'm very happy with the fit and with the instructions, everything. So, well, it's a very versatile pattern. I think you can make a lot of things. They suggest that you can put buttons here, and you can basically put a lot of frills, make it different. But I like the fit. The only thing that I didn't like is, well, you're not going to see it that well on my dress because I've changed it. The sleeves, the sleeve head is gathered a lot, and I don't like it. And I did it, then I unpicked everything, and I made a dart because the gathers were just too much. So it's still gathered like that, but I've got a dart. Each sleeve has a dart because that was too much. You know, you can push yourself, but you can only push yourself that far. But all in all, I'm happy with everything else in the pattern. I did shorten the bodice, as I always do, but this is normal for me. This is not something that should discourage you from making the pattern, because if you know your body, you know what changes you make to the pattern most often, and well, they're just normal changes. Obviously, this is kind of average that probably doesn't exist, and we all need to change a bit, but well, after 3 or 4 times it stops bothering us. I think it stopped bothering me a long time ago. So apart from shortening the dress altogether, because I shortened the bodice, and then I kind of decided that it was tiny bit too long in the skirt part as well, because I like short dresses, shortish, above my knee. I don't like anything that is neither short nor long. Well, that's just me. That's my personal preference. That's why I shortened the skirt part as well, but it wasn't much. And the bodice was my standard 1 inch, which is not bad, and it sits here. So it is an empire line. It is meant to sit here, right? My waist is here. So it is not meant to go down to my waist, and it was kind of going that direction. It's a versatile pattern. It's an easy pattern to make. Well, easy. It's got a zip at the back. It's got a V-neck, and it's more time consuming than difficult. So if you make the flounce, I don't know, maybe another hour or something. I think it depends how fast you sew, because people usually ask me how long it takes to make a dress. So this dress, anywhere between just sewing, not cutting out. I never do cutting out and sewing at the same time, so it's hard for me to say how long it takes altogether from like opening the pattern to wearing the dress. But I think sewing itself would take between 2 and 5 hours. It depends how fast you sew, how fast you press as well. There is quite a lot of pressing. I made mine in viscose from the textile center. I got it a long time ago, so I really don't think they have it anymore, but any viscose, any lightweight fabric will do. You need lightweight fabric because there are gathers here, right? And again, I used elastic. The sleeves are gathered. Okay, and you put elastic here. I was tempted to do my normal stuff cuffs because I like my sleeves to be longer. I don't know, my limbs are probably too long for the rest of me, but for me it's slightly too short. I mean, it's probably meant to be like that, but I prefer my sleeves to be too long, to kind of, you know, have this bouncing thing at the end. So maybe next time I can make cuffs. All in all, I feel very made up in this dress. I feel very feminine, and it's a perfect dress for work. So I'm very happy with it. I'm going to insert some photos because I don't think you can see anything really well here. And it's a perfect everyday dress. And I've made the V-neck using my kind of made-up method. It's not the made-up method, but it's something that I remember my mum doing. I was trying to recreate the process without anything, without any instructions or anything like that. And I was so happy with myself. I was so proud, but you know, Pride comes before a fall. And as I was top stitching, I made a pucker, so I had to unpick it, and that will teach me not to be too proud too soon. But I'm happy with my V-neck. The V-neck is not too deep, so I'm happy with it, because my V-necks on my short body tend to be too long, and I'm not very happy with them. It fits in the bust. I don't think there are any problems here, so I don't regret my decision of going, well, not making any changes in the bust. I don't have a big bust, so my bust normally fits in kind of smaller range of busts. But yep, I can definitely recommend making it. Not a long make, one afternoon I would say. It's not a super quick make because of, well, the various steps, but it's not a difficult make. And apart from the gathers, if you like the gathers, you're going to love that, because there is like a lot of gathering. But I didn't. Apart from the gathers, I wouldn't change anything. I'm not going to change anything. I'm probably going to make another version, but I'm kind of trying to prepare myself to be more flouncy, roughly, to be a ruffian. I just certain words just probably ring in a different way in my ear than your ear. Why am I always talking about words? It's a good make, and I think it's like a good dress for Christmas party. I've just realized that you're not going to see most of my makes from November and December, because I'm making a lot of Christmas presents, so I don't know. You are not going to see them. Maybe I'm going to make a secret video and show you my makes, and then, well, post the video later or something. But because it will look as if I'm doing absolutely nothing. I am sewing. I am busy sewing. I'm not sure if my Christmas presents are going to work, so yeah, fingers crossed. If not, there are always shops. There is nothing wrong with buying everything, and I'm only making clothes or presents for 2 people really, because I know that I would be too sensitive, too obsessed with like perfectionism and everything, to give it to someone who could dislike it, because it would really hurt if somebody criticized, or if I thought that somebody doesn't like the present. It would hurt. It would like physically, emotionally damage me, but I think physically hurt as well. I know myself. Are you making any Christmas presents? I know that Lynn is making Christmas presents, and she's making loads, and she doesn't sleep. Lynn comments here, so I know that she watches my videos, and well, she's a lovely lady and a very busy lady as well. Anyway, back to the dress. I would definitely recommend this pattern. Considering that simplicity patterns are not expensive, I think it's a good investment, because you can make, I was surprised how varied the variations, the different views in my last batch of patterns were. So I'm really very, very, very positive about simplicity patterns. I'm kind of trying to sell them to you. No, I'm not. I definitely don't work for simplicity. But yeah, I'm very happy. And I think it could be for any season really. But I thought about it as kind of, when you go out after work, Christmassy thing is like you've got a lot of, some of us have a lot of charity dues and networking and all that. I thought that would be a perfect dress to go out, to kind of not be too outrageous, but not be too sloppy and neglected and forgotten and all that. So, well, for me, it's for kind of for this season. But I think it's perfect summer dress as well, or spring, or whatever season really. Right, so I'm happy with the pattern. I really wanted this video to be very, very quick, because I want to review patterns, because I watch other people's reviews, and I learn a lot about patterns, and I kind of decide if I want something like that or not. But I wanted this video to be very short. We'll see. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.